Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 1 and my introduction to my Rags to Riches Realm of Magic edition. I am starting here with 3 Sims, 3 teens to be specific, 2 of which are already spellcasters born in-game, so they have the weak bloodline trait, and the third one, the boy, Benji, is not a spellcaster. So Benji was born and raised in San Myshuno, which is where currently our twins had been living because their father had got a job opportunity there, and their parents thought that it was a good idea for the twins and their younger brother to get used to the non-magic life just so that they could, be comfortable in both worlds. So they took the job offer and moved to San Myshuno, which is where and when they met Benji. But the twins really wanted to go back to their roots to Glimmerbrook. So they decided, without their parents' knowledge, that they would use an opportunity where the 3 of them, well, actually there's and another friend, were supposed to be traveling to Windenburg for the summer, going to hostels and whatnot. And they agreed with their friend that she would send postcards and stuff to the parents so that they would think that they were there, but instead they are coming to try their hand at essentially returning to Glimmerbrook, but as a result, they don't have anything here. They have a piece of property that they're living on. It is off the grid. Part of my sort of goals for them is that they have to actually pay to put it off the grid, which is going to be the value of the land, which is $3,175. This is the empty lot in Glimmerbrook, so that's the lot that they're on right now. And potions can't make you any money in the game, and if anything, they cost you money because you either have to pay for the ingredients or you have to find the ingredients. There is a perk that you can get that will help you sometimes get those ingredients back, so that's good, but you still don't make any money. They have 0 value. So hopefully that gets fixed. It is reported as a bug, and if they do fix it, then I will then try and see about selling potions to make money from selling potions using the yard sale table that comes with City Living, and also there's a yard sale table that comes with Jungle Adventures. But for now, they're not really going to be able to make much money from magic. So they're going to have to do other things to make money. I'm going to try and avoid using painting because it's really, really easy to make money with painting. If they get really established and they're doing well, I'll let them paint because I believe our twins, we have Angelina, and I believe she is creative, if I remember correctly. Yes, she is creative and a bookworm. So she actually wants to be a writer. So when she gets to the point where she can do that, she will probably do some writing. Her twin sister, Aurora, let's switch actually over to her over here. She is cheerful and she loves the outdoors. So I think and she actually has a potion aspiration. So she'll probably be more interested in gardening and things like that. So we'll try and make a little bit of money from gardening, which you can make a lot of money from gardening depending on what you plant. So it depends on what they're able to get in terms of things to plant. I know there is a spell you can get where you can cast it and you can create another plant, but I didn't find that you made anything that was valuable with that. And then there's also a spell where you can duplicate, copy pasto, I think is the one, where you can duplicate an object. So you can, if you have a valuable plant, you can duplicate it and have more of them. But honestly, you can just harvest it and plant it and make money that way. But still, it's a thing. So you can make a little bit of money from magic, but I don't find is really that lucrative right now. Hopefully, like I said, with the potions, eventually we can. Now, Benji, who you would have seen if you saw my 2B Jasmine Suites renovation and my intro of the family that I used for it, he was a toddler in there. But he is self-assured and he is a genius. And he actually is really interested in spellcraft and sorcery, and he wants to become a spellcaster, and he has the knowledge aspiration for that. So he is really good friends with Angelina, and so he decided he wanted to come along. Now, none of them have any, obviously, he doesn't have a romantic involvement with either of the sisters, but I figure maybe we will eventually do that, and then we're gonna have them age up and whatnot. So the goal is they have the summer to try and get themselves established. I have my seasons on for 2 weeks, so they essentially have about 2 weeks to get established so that they can then return to school, but they'll go from school from here. But I am going to set it up so that they don't go to school for the summer. I'll just have holidays that keep them out of school, because I don't want to send them to school because it's the summertime. I did add the off-the-grid lot trait, which is not a favorite trait of mine. But we're going to have that right now until they pay for the land to get put and connected to the grid and essentially get the permission to build. They can't build here until they pay the $3,175 that the lot is worth, which essentially is going to be the connection fee to get it on the grid and to allow them to build. But if they get money, they can get a tent, they can have things that go into their inventory kind of thing, but they can't actually put up any walls or anything like that. But of course, they're close to the realm of magic, so I expect they'll spend a lot of time in the realm of magic while it's summertime, and then they won't have to put up with weather and all those fun things. So that's kind of it. Their families are in the world, so if they happen to call them or you happen to see them, we're just going to pretend they're not there, because I didn't want to move them to a new world. I wanted their background family to still be here, so we're just going to pretend like that's not there. And I will, hopefully make some money from writing at some point, but to begin with, they'll probably do gardening, fishing, looking for frogs, breeding some frogs, and I hope to spend most of their time in Glimmerbrook, though we may occasionally have to leave just for various things, but we won't be going to Sand Mice, until they have established, their home and whatnot. Then they can go, because of course at that point, once Benji becomes a spellcaster, which will happen very soon, they can easily travel with their little stone back and forth to the realm of magic, so they can go really from anywhere. But at the moment he can't, so it was a long trip to get to Glimmerbrook, or that's my story for them. But that's kind of it. You can see that I've set their money to 0. If we take a look at their inventory, I did let them keep their journals they had and then their homework. She has a picture that she took of the two of them as kids. We're not going to sell that. It's just something that she has along with her. She doesn't have her journal, actually. I guess she probably had taken it out and I didn't have it. So at some point she'll have to buy a journal. And she has her stone because she's a spellcaster, and also her homework. And she and Aurora actually has her journal. So she's right, which is actually quite funny because Angelina is the one who wants to write and she doesn't have her book. So she has her homework. She happens to have Wisp Void Critter card, so I'm keeping that. We're not going to sell it. It's just sort of something fun. And then she has her Glimmerstone too. And they do have a few skills. I tried not to let them get. I tried them to really just have their childhood skills, but sometimes they do learn adult skills once they've maxed them. So she has these various skills. She is the only one who hasn't. They're all scouts at the moment, and she hasn't completed all her scouting things, but the rest, the other two, have actually got their scouting aptitude. And as soon as Aurora gets hers, then she'll quit scouts. They'll all quit scouts and they won't have to go. But that's kind of it for this introduction to essentially the background. But maybe what we'll do, it is the middle of the night, but we can always have them go right away to the realm of magic. And they're on the lot that's supposed to be quite close to the... There we go. Quite close to the little portal. So we're going to travel to the magic realm with the 3 of them. So I'll be back when they get there. And maybe we can see about whether Benji can become a spellcaster in this part before we end it. Okay, so we're all here at the realm of magic. I'm actually going to... They have a club. So, and it actually started as soon as they got here. They just formed it, so they have no points or anything, and we're not going to get anything with it right now. And we're going to have Benji go over here and meet a spellcaster. Let's see, where is anybody? Here we go. Here's Simon. We're going to come over here to Simon, and we're going to do a friendly introduction. And actually, since we're doing a friendly introduction, and he got that, travel to the realm, I'm going to put him over onto the friend of the world so he can introduce himself to Simon and get that to start counting towards that.
Dag. Still.
Okay, so very good. So now, the next step we are going to do is we're going to ask about ask how to use magic. And since these two are actually already magical, we're going to have them search for tomes. Let's go back to Benji. I was born ready.
Oh, yes!
So he needs 7 magical motes. So we're going to put him back over on his actual aspiration and go collect those motes. 1, the magical number of 7. 2, hopefully he comes soon. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there we go. So hopefully he'll get those soon, and then they're still doing their searching. They can actually come look for a frog when they're done. I'm gonna look for a frog. And when they're both finished, oh, he found a tome, which I think is probably, I don't know whether, we can always sell it, to be honest. That's one good thing. There she goes. Tome, it's for an apprentice, and she is an acolyte, I'm pretty sure, is the first one. No, I'm wrong. Apprentice is first, and acolyte is the next. Neophyte, acolyte. Okay. I don't have them all. So you got apprentice, then you have neophyte, then there's acolyte. We can actually go into the book and see. Apprentice, neophyte, acolyte, adept, master, and virtuoso. Okay, interesting. So those are all of the various levels. Now there is currently an issue with the bloodline traits in that usually you can overmax them, but if you have one of the weak or the strong bloodline trait, it messes up your points and sometimes makes it impossible to open up this panel. So we're not going to actually try and move that quickly with them in hopes that that gets fixed and we can actually do it. So Benji is actually probably going to do more of this than the girls. So they will do some, but just like I said, we'll be a little bit slower with them because we don't want them to go too quickly. So she can actually read that, but let's see. He's found that. So I don't know where Simon is. Let's take a look and see if we can find him. Now this is oh, here he is. This is a slightly edited version of the lot. I have added a couple of laptops to it. Looks like something's broken. It's also been played in. So things have had time to, change a little bit. So there's a few extra things on the lot. And main thing is there's a kids area downstairs, which isn't going to really do very much. But I don't have a bed on the lot. So that's something they're just going to have to manage on their own. Hopefully they can either use the club system if they get busy enough, high enough to get the points. So let's see. Let's let them... And everybody's dressed really funny. And we have random people as spellcasters who aren't usually spellcasters. So there we go. We're going to hand them over. And...
Durfnim. Sanctus.
There he is.
Yes.
Not sure if his parents would approve. So we're going to actually have him try and learn a new spell. So magic. Asked to teach practical magic.
Google Sands. Levitoy.
And there, he's got that done. But the other thing I was wondering is if anybody has a family with Sims that were born in the game who have the weak or strong bloodline trait, and you might like to, if they're on the gallery, then I have their original house that I could have a family move into, preferably obviously with teens, so that, we could maybe have someone else to have a romantic relationship with for one of the sisters. Let me know down below and let me know your origin ID. It looks like I see Aurora's over there reading something or doing something, but we'll check what that is in the next part. This is just a very brief introduction. I'm planning on having this Let's Play run on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So be back on Saturday to see how they fare, and hopefully they can earn a little bit of money before they get too hungry. That's going to be it for this part. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!